So this video is out of the '08 F150 for Frank's Mechanical. So either Frank or Tom, whoever's watching this, I'll go over some stuff with you. Eric will contact you with the cost estimates. We'll start with the pan. You can see the magnet in the pan. This is obviously a whole bunch of metal that is not supposed to be there, so no question the transmission was having a tough time. Now if we look at the clutch plates, this is the forward clutch plate, clutch pack, and you can see what the steel surface should look like. It's shiny all the way across. Slight discoloration on the clutch plate, but that's pretty much what they should look like. If we look at the intermediate clutch, this comes on for second gear. You can see all the leopard spotting here from all the slippage. So the slippage creates too much heat and destroys the steel surface as well. This is just our pump. The pump itself looks to be in okay shape. This is the low reverse band, and this edge right here, you can see kind of a reddish brown color. That's what the whole band should look like. So this band here has been slipping, so it's obviously burnt up. This is the surface that band rides on this drum. You can see the hot spots from the slippage there. The overdrive band, it starts out as a dark green color, so it's tough to see on the camera, but this has been slipping a little bit, and that's the surface that band rides on. So you can see the hot spots here from the slippage. The reverse clutch is this one here. This is where the problem is. So you can see how severely damaged this clutch pack is. That's supposed to be a friction plate. Really should look just like that. These are pretty much the same clutches, as you can see. So it's totally failed. It's going to be the reason for the reverse problem. Inside the drum, this Belleville spring is all broken up. You can see the pieces of it here that are stacked on each other. So that's going to be obviously the reverse problem. On the direct clutch, we have some slippage here as well. So you can see the hot spots on the steel plate, and the clutches themselves have been slipping. The planet itself, that's going to be your planetary with your planetary gears. And then there's a roller clutch inside here. That looks like it's in okay shape, along with our ring gear here. When we get to the valve body, it's going to be tough to see on the camera, but right in this area here, there are these spider cracks, we call them. That kind of go like here and here and here and here, and what ends up happening is the plate, when the oil pressure comes in behind here, the plate deflects this way, and then you end up getting, basically oil leakage across from one passage to another inside the valve body. So the valve body kind of looks like these worm tracks as well, and when this plate deflects enough, you're going to end up getting oil pressure leaking from one side to the other that's supposed to be separated. So it kind of acts like a seal that that won't be happening inside there. So we have to, this is going to be a stiffener plate, and what we have to do on this is we have to actually add a stiffener plate there to correct that problem. In around 2001, Ford removed that from the valve body. It used to be there, and we never used to see that problem until after they did that. So I think that's the gist of what was wrong with the transmission. As I said, Eric will contact with our cost estimates. Actually, one more thing I forgot. The overdrive servo goes through this hole, so we just have a pin in here to test the deflection here. So what we've got is the bore that this pin goes in. So basically the pin just slides through the bore, and it's been sliding in and out. Every time it applies forth, that will happen. And so what's happened is that bore is worn, so you can see how much I can move that. That is actually supposed to be the same size as this. And you can see I really can't move that one very much at all. And the problem with that, so this is our overdrive servo here. So the problem is on this side of the piston we have reverse or release oil, and this side is going to be apply oil, but we need this part of the pin to be sealed up against the case so we don't actually leak our release oil away. So when this is sitting inside there, we don't want the oil to actually be leaking through this area here to the case. So we have to address that in one of two ways. We can either use one of these pins that has an O-ring on here to help make the seal, or the preferred way is we actually bore this hole out and put a bronze bushing in place of that. And the bronze we expect to last longer than the aluminum, of course, which should be quite a bit softer. So as I said, Eric will contact you with the cost estimates, and that's about what we found.